Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got a really great one for you. What we're going to be talking about is my dividend investment portfolio. Now, this is some of my favorite content to produce here on YouTube. More specifically, we're going to be going into details on the 7 different dividend paychecks that I received for the month of May. And then on top of that, we're going to be looking at future projections for my portfolio, how much I'm expected to make, throughout the year. And then on top of that, this was my very best month and probably will be for a while in terms of income received from dividends. And I'll touch upon that here in a few moments. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. All right, now listen, if you guys are brand new to this channel, you're just coming here for the first time, well, I want to say welcome. My name is Dalton. This is dlitztv, and hey, on this channel, we talk about all things investing. And if you guys didn't know, we are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. As soon as we hit that number, I'm going to be putting out a video releasing my entire net worth, going into a bunch of different details around that. So if you're interested in learning that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I got a ton of videos that are similar to this one, and it's just some really great stuff. So I'm not here to waste any time. I want to jump right in, start talking about those 7 different dividend paychecks that I did receive for the month of May. So what I'm going to do is display the Robinhood investing application right here. Give you guys a quick little overview how we're doing. The past day, we've been red for a while now. The past day, we're down $250. Unusual for this portfolio because I invest in a lot of these long-term blue chip, solid-backed companies, and it's not as volatile as the market typically. But since the market has been doing pretty poorly, this has been reflecting that. So over the past week, you can see we're down $316 total, but over the past month, we're up $175. Over the past 3 months, up $584. And over the past year, we're up $3,500. So things are looking pretty good in this portfolio. What I'm going to do is drill into the dividend history section within the Robinhood application so we can just talk about those dividends that I was paid. So right now, I'm going to go over to this section here. I'm going to click on statements and history, click on show more, go to the dividends tab, and then scroll down just a little bit. So you can see the first dividend I received. This is why it's one of my best and one of my favorite months. I actually received AT&T's dividend payment on May 3rd. If I click into it, you can see that is $52.44. So off the bat, really, really solid start because this is one of my highest holdings in my portfolio. If I drill in, I'm actually pausing my investments in AT&T right now because I do feel like, you know what, they're getting up there in value. I typically was trying to invest in them when they fell below $29, just trying to drive my costs down. And right now they're at a pretty decent, $32 valuation. So if they start to drop a bit more, that's likely when I'll pick them back up. But if you look over the past year, you can see they're pretty steady. And now they're just on a bit of an upturn here. Now I have 100 shares of them, so I could take advantage of some covered calls. My average cost is around $29.54. I'm up a total of 8.38%. That's if I were to sell it, I'd be able to capitalize on $250 right there. So that's pretty great stuff. A really solid start to the month of May. Now, if I go back into the dividend history section here again, what we're going to find is the next payment that was paid to me was for Apple. And Apple is one that I really like. Most investors really like Apple. They just have a very, small dividend yield. So I only made $1.26. They paid 22 cents per share. And really, I only have about 5.7 shares of Apple. Now, that's something I'd like to increase in the future. You guys, I'm using an iPhone right here. You're probably using an iPhone. I got a Mac. I got an iPad. Like, I have all the Apple products. I really should have invested more in Apple. And I think that if you guys use products like that, if there's anything that you use like daily, that's a great way to consider what you should be investing in. What is adding value to you is likely adding value to other people, and that is going to reflect in the stock market most of the time. So that's kind of one of the ways that I go about my thinking here. So Apple, not too bad. And then if I go into the next payment that was made, AbbVie is a very solid one. The thing about dividend investing is that a lot of people are going to have very similar investments to one another. So if you look at dividend investors and their portfolios, a lot of them are going to have AbbVie in theirs, and I don't stray too far away from that. So from AbbVie, I have about 5.44 shares, a total of $1.30 per share was paid. So I made $7.08 this month. So if I go in and view AbbVie, just to look at the position here, I'm up 15% on AbbVie, up $82. And I got around $630 invested at the market value right now. So my average cost is around $100. They're trading at $115. And let's head back out into these dividend payments here. Now, Realty Income is another one. This is a monthly dividend paying real estate investment trust. They have a lot of great companies that they actually rent out their real estate to. So like FedEx, UPS, they've got Home Depot locations, all these different things. Basically, they're the warehouses that house these companies. And a lot of these companies, regardless of what's going on, if there's a pandemic, they need physical locations, and that's where Realty Income comes into play. So payment per share was 23 cents. I have around 31 shares. And so I made a total of $7.33. Let's look at the results of my investment here. Up just 2.4%. As this continues to drop down, I'll be able to pick up more because I'd like to drive this cost down. I haven't invested in Realty Income in a while now, so it'll be great to start adding more Realty Income to this portfolio. And that's going to boost up every single month when I'm paid because, again, Realty Income is a monthly dividend payer. Super solid stuff there. Let's go and check out Paycheck. Paycheck is one very insignificant in my portfolio. I have 4 shares. I got them off free referrals for people signing up for Robinhood using my code. If you didn't know, if you're brand new to investing, brand new to Robinhood, if you sign up using somebody's referral code, you're going to get yourself a free stock and you're going to get them a free stock as well. So that's what was the case here. And I just never sold it. So basically I own this stock and I put $0 of my own money into it. It's worth about $7.66 per share. So total, I have around $30 invested in this, and I'm just basically letting it sit there and getting paid a very small dividend every single month. Now, getting back out here, you can see the next payment didn't come until June, or it won't come until June rather. And that's going to be $16.15 for Pfizer. I'm not going to include that in this number, but you'll realize that was only 5 dividend payments that I covered right there. And you might be wondering, all right, well, what are the other 2 dividend payments that you have? Well, one of them, which actually I just put that away, but I'm going to pull this back out here. SPHD is a monthly dividend paying company. For some reason, they're not appearing in the pending transactions here. And so I'm projected to get around $7.79 from SPHD. So if I go view SPHD, now this is one that a lot of people thought it was tough to invest in, because if you look over the past 5 years, it's a really, stable investment. It's almost like you're just kind of putting money in there and it's just sitting there and you're not really making all that much off of it. They have a really good dividend yield. So even if your money's just sitting in there, they're paying you a solid dividend yield. But you can see, like, for a few years there, you could go up around 10%. Now, on average, annually in the stock market, you can get around a 10% return. So a few years with just a 10% return isn't that great. But you can see it drop down pretty significantly here, kind of when the pandemic all broke out. And that's when I said, hey, this is a great time to pick this up. I kept talking about it on the channel. I picked it up myself, and now up 24% on this investment. And every single month, I'm getting paid, a decent amount in dividend income. So that's just to keep your eye out for different patterns on the stock market. If things drop a pretty significant amount, it's likely that they're going to recover if they're solid companies, solid funds like SPHD is. So immediately when I saw this drop a significant amount, I knew it was time for me to get in, and that's why I've been able to capitalize on this. All right, now before I show you the 7th and final dividend paycheck that I received for the month of May, I think it's important to lead into this one. Now, this isn't one that I necessarily would invest in normally. I actually don't know too much about this company. The reason why I have a decent amount invested in it is from those referrals, which I kind of discussed before, and it's not actually housed in the Robinhood application. This one is in Webull Investing. You guys know that I've been trying to invest more using Webull. I've got a few $1,000s in Webull right now, and some of that investment is in something that's known as Keenon Holdings. So again, I don't know all that much about this, but this was one of my all-time highest dividend payments that I did receive. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know I was going to receive this dividend payment this month, or if it was even a dividend payer altogether. And the reason why is because I actually don't know what makes the most sense moving forward with some of the free shares that I receive in investment apps like Webull. Does it make sense to get short-term capital gains by selling them? Or does it make sense for me to hold them for a year before selling them? These are things that I'm actually talking to an accountant about now, just trying to figure out what makes sense. So for now, I was just holding on to it. And this is one that actually I'm going to just pop open the Webull app here. This one paid me $109.74 for owning 59 shares. So it's a really high dividend yield. And let me just pop back into the Robinhood investment platform and look up look them up, because I was actually looking at their chart, and maybe it makes sense to invest in them, maybe it doesn't. I have to do more due diligence around it. But looking at how they're performing, everything's looking pretty solid on their 5-year chart here. So they're up 214%, but you can see, like, I just don't know too much about them. So I always try to stress how important it is to do your own research, do due diligence into your investments. And I thought it wouldn't be fair if I show you guys this investment and some of you guys were like, oh, that's interesting, you invest in it because I did. And you shouldn't be investing in companies just because I do. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's really important to know that this is one that I received, $109. Awesome stuff right there. Really helped bolster up my dividend received for this month. And I just don't know if that's going to continue in the future, because I'm not sure if this is one that I will be holding for the long term. All right, now real quick before I sign off on you guys, I just want to show you the projections of this portfolio, what it's looking like for the future. So this is the trackyourdividends.com website. I talk about this in so many different videos that I have here, and they've actually done some website updates here, which is really solid stuff. So you can see this portfolio, this is all the dividends that I have, $29,689. And within this, the dividend yield is 2.82%, which is relatively low, I think, for a dividend investment portfolio. And the reason being is because I actually included the numbers from my Roth IRA in here. I have a large portion of investments into VTI, which they have slightly above 1% for dividend payments. And so that really just drags down the price. I think I have around $5,000 invested into VTI within my Roth IRA. So it just drives that down. My yield on cost is 3.06%. My annual income from dividends is $838. And you can see down below, this is where the stocks are kind of listed here. And so what I really like about this website is the upcoming dividends and future value. So looking at the upcoming dividends, this does a great job of showing you how much you're projected to make. So aside from keen on holding in the month of May, we're looking at around $76, but it's slightly off from what we saw before, which is fine. There's just some little discrepancies here and there, and it's probably the way that I inputted the values here on this website. Now you can see the highest I'm projected to make in a single month is $97 here coming up, and there'll be 4 different times I'm paid $97, and the next month is $38. Now, the reason why there's such a big gap in between these is because these dividend paying companies, they pay at different times throughout the years. Some of them pay quarterly, some of them pay monthly. So it's all over the place. Down here, what's really cool is you got your stock payout calculator. So right here, you can see exactly when, what month, how much you're going to make from each investment that you have. So it's really cool to see that. And you can see how much you're going to be making down there. Another really cool tab I like to discuss is the future value, where you can look up to 25 years out the projected value of your portfolio here. So right now, this is looking at 10-year growth. And at the top, you can see the 5-year dividend growth rate of 4.77%, dividend yield 2.82%, starting annual income, so how much I'm making annually right now from dividends, $838, and then ending, so 10 years from now, I should be making $2,061. Now that's if I were to just reinvest dividend payments that are paid to me, and then pretty much just let it grow from there. I don't put in any extra money on my own, but as you guys know, I love increasing the dividend size. I love increasing those payments. So I'm going to be investing more and more in the future. You can go all the way out to 25 years. So let me do that real quick. And you can see starting right now, I'm at a portfolio value of $29,689 with an annual income of $838. Now let's say that I didn't add any more money to this, just reinvested dividends. Well, 25 years from now, this is going to be worth $156,248. And the annual income I'm going to be receiving is $13,487. Now, one of the best things about this website is anytime you add to your holdings on the dashboard here, anytime you add it here, it's going to automatically update, automatically reflect in those charts and everything that you see. And it just makes it so much easier to visualize your portfolios. That's pretty much all I have for you in this video here today. If you made it this far, leave a comment. Let me know how your month of May is looking for dividend income. And then on top of that, just you made it this far, you might as well like the video. It would mean a lot to me. It helps promote it, get it out on other homepages. And, it's just going to help grow the channel. And on the road to 50K, really trying to get there. So hopefully we'll hit that number soon. And that's pretty much all. So thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. Have a great day. Oh, and real quick, I want to share with you guys a joke on investing. And this investment joke is your return on your investment. Oh, God. That was stupid. That was so dumb.